Is Shopify stock a buy? So we had earnings this morning and the stock is up over 28%. A very, very phenomenal move. Congratulations to everyone who gambled on earnings, because again, remember, when you do play earnings, it is a gamble. It's a 50-50 shot. Either you're going to make a shit ton of money or you're going to lose a lot of money. But congratulations to everyone who did make money. What we are looking at here is Shopify's weekly time frame chart. Now, the only reason that I'm starting off with the weekly time frame is because we want to kind of identify, is Shopify going to be a buy? This stock for well over a year has pretty much just been basing out in a range between $23 being the low and around $40 around the high, right? So in the 40s down to the 20s, it's been in this kind of 20-point swing range for over a year now. With these earnings, we have taken out the most recent high that we've put in the last year. So if we kind of look at the weekly chart here in May, and we kind of go all the way back to last May here in 2022, you can see that we are finally over this price action. The most recent high that we had previously was $54, and that was back in February. So with that being said, if you have currently been building a position in Shopify and your average base price is anywhere between $23 and mid 40s, definitely, or even the low 50s, definitely is just going to be a hold. Okay, so we have to just continue to hold it. We are coming into some heavy supply, which is going to be resistance on the weekly time frame. Now that resistance is going to be around $63. Okay, so $63 here. We're looking at the 100 EMA as well as the 200 EMA. So these are going to be big levels. Now, if you're someone who feels like you missed the move, you're seeing everyone post up phenomenal gains, everyone saying to buy Shopify. Should you go and buy Shopify right this moment? I would say kind of take your foot off the gas and give it a few days, give it a week to kind of consolidate, because what we need to do is actually close over $64. When and if Shopify does start to close over $64, that is going to break us out of this downtrend and put us in a next leg up into the mid to high 70s. The next price target that we would be looking at would be the 200 SMA, sitting at around $77. So again, I'm not going to think too far in the future, but our next short-term kind of price target, if we do continue to consolidate up here at these prices, is going to be around $77. Now, to everyone currently holding a position anything below $50 price point, the levels that we really need to look at here is going to go back to the daily chart. And what we're going to look at here is if we kind of see where the 50-day moving average sits at around $45.50, below $45 is where I would then say maybe we fall back into that low 40s, mid 30s kind of price point. But as of right now, you can kind of see this earnings report kind of really gapped us up. We were trading in the middle of a channel. The channel top was going to be $54 and the bottom of the channel was sitting at around 45. So you can see it was in a 10-point range, and we were currently trading as of yesterday at around $46. So more closer to the bottom of the range. With these earnings reports, gapped all the way up to a high price of $59.82, and you can see we've got a heavy gap to be filled. Now, if at any point in time the market does pull back and Shopify does pull back, it could in fact pull back to 54 and even pull back to around $50. So there could be a 9-point swing to the downside. Nothing to be too concerned about if your average price is below that $50 mark. So again, just to kind of clarify, if you've been dollar cost averaging and your average price for the stock is anywhere between $23 and around $50, this is just a buy and hold. Your next price target on Shopify is going to be around $77. Now, what you do between now and 70, 75, 77 is completely up to your discretion if you want to take a little bit of profits off. Definitely, if your price is closer to the 20s and 30s, I would personally take a little off now. Okay, the only reason why is because these type of moves are not everyday moves. We don't get these moves each and every single day. So when we don't get these type of huge 20-30% moves on a particular stock, we've got to take a little bit of profits off. Now, I'll just use a very generic kind of number here. Let's say you're holding 500 shares. Maybe you take off 100, 150 shares, 200 shares max. You kind of lock in that profit. you celebrate, you kick your feet up. It's been a long time coming on the stock. And then you kind of just continue to let those other 300, 350 shares kind of ride out into that 70, 75, $77 area. And again, like I said, what you do in that zone is completely up to your discretion. But again, the last thing you want to do is have a great phenomenal earnings and then have something in the market catastrophic come back, and next thing you know, in 2 or 3 weeks time, this is trading back at around $40-50 and you kind of missed out on that move. Today we're currently up 13 points and we're up 28% on the overall stock. So definitely take some profits. And especially if you've been kind of short-term trading this, where you're, maybe your average price was anywhere between 45 and 50, and you were kind of playing for these earnings, you were kind of playing this bottom support here, looking for any type of movement, you definitely got to be selling at least 60 to 70% of that overall profit gain that you've made on Shopify. Again, if you're not a long-term investor and you are a trader and you are a short-term swing trader, you definitely got to be taking off at least 70% of this position here, locking in those profits. Because again, if we have learned anything over the past few years, it's that if you just think that everything is just going to continue to go in your favor, things are going to just, dip and then put new highs and dip and put new highs. You learned in 2021 and in 2022 that does not happen, and you do not want to get caught in another year kind of consolidation. I hope this video helps you guys. If you guys do want to learn how to trade and you guys want a short-term trade, whether that be swing trading or day trading or scalping, make sure to join the Discord. That link is down in the description box below. If you guys are looking to get started in trading and maybe perhaps you don't have enough money to get started, maybe you're kind of working a small account, $1,000 account, a $500 account, I'm going to tell you one thing that many traders fail is because not that they don't know exactly what they're doing, is but that they're undercapitalized. You need to have money to be able to trade. I recommend 2 amazing prop firms that will give you up to 6 figures to trade their funds and make withdrawals on their funds, pay a little bit of commission, understand what you're doing, and actually get some real skin in the game so you can make money on the long term. Those links are also down in the description box as well. Again, my name is Dennis Anthony White, aka D Anthony. If you guys would like to trade with me, evolutiontraders.com is where you can find the rest of the information about myself and my products. I will see you guys all in the next video.